So when I was in the arena, I talked to one of the guys there, and he says, yeah, you're more than welcome to use the showers there. So in the change room, so there's 4 of them, obviously there's showers inside them, and he said, if there's nothing going on, he says, you can use the showers. I said, perfect. And I asked him how much, and he goes, nothing. So because I'm going to be out here, I'm still waiting for some packages to show up, plus that part, which I got to drive back to Kelowna for the side-by-side, that shifter. It's supposed to be in this week, so that's why I took the camper off and the trailer. It's a 2-hour drive back, so I figured why drive 2 hours there and 2 hours back with the camper on. So I'm just going to head into town right now because I need a shower. The reason why I'm not using my camper is obviously it's off the truck, which you know, and I only have a 1/4 of a tank left, and I don't really feel like putting the camper on and driving into town looking for fresh water if all I need to do is just use their shower. So that's what we're going to do right now. Plus I know there's some Amazon packages that just came in. I'm going to go pick them up. Guys, what's going to happen here is when I leave here, I'm heading over to the island, Vancouver Island. My son, Steven, if you watched last video, so I'm going to link up with him. Because obviously the tournament, and he had to work, they were done Sunday, so on Tuesday he had to be back at work. We didn't really get the time to talk or even hang out too much, so I'm going to link up with him and then go see friends of mine in Port Alberni. And then I believe I'm heading back to Ontario. And as time goes on, you'll know there's kind of a couple of reasons why I've got to go back to Ontario, but there's one reason that I didn't really plan on about 5 months ago. That being said, in the future, we'll discuss what that is, and you're definitely going to find out what that is. I'm just going to head down here to drop off some cardboard and then head back to the rec center right there, take a shower. We'll see how that goes, and if it's no issues, that'll be perfect. So this is the change room. Too bad there wasn't some hooks on the wall or something here, but anyways, that's perfect that they allow you to use the showers. So that helps me out a lot because I only have a 1/4 of a tank of fresh water in there. I haven't really been around town to find out if I can get water somewhere else, but if I can shower here for free, well, even if I had to pay $5-10, I'd still do it anyways just to save my water. Oh, that was awesome. It's kind of funny what I like. So most change rooms that I've seen, and especially like dressing rooms in marinas, for instance, you got a hockey team, and you're going to have 15 to 20 guys sitting there. And this thing, the shower stalls were like 2 feet apart, and there was only 2 of them. So basically, only 2 guys could shower at once. And if you got 20 guys, and it's right after a hockey game, it could take 4 hours before everybody's done showering. So I've never seen change rooms. Like, at the same time, I appreciate it, but it caught me off guard. Like, this is for hockey. You would think the shower would be the same size as the dressing area. You know, one big room, which I've always saw, one big room, like 12 feet square with about 15 shower heads coming out of the wall. But no, this thing is just a little wee thing and only 2 showers. So I've never seen that before, but I still appreciate it, Logan Lake. So guys, I'm heading to Kelowna tomorrow, which is just over a 2-hour drive to pick up the part for my Can-Am. So what I'm going to do is the Petro-Canada here in Logan Lake, I'm going to fill up right now. And then when I get back, I'm going to go right back to this same Petro-Canada, same pump if possible, and fill up. And I'm going to do a gas mileage test just because I like to see, and I'm going to go the same route also. So yeah, we're going to fill up here and then see what our gas mileage is. I'm going to say it's going to be just around 11 or just above 11, but we'll see. And that's with nothing on, because I'm sitting between 8.5 to 9 with loaded. So, but we'll see. So we'll fill up here, and then of course we're going to reset the trip, and then we'll see what the truck says I got for mileage, and then we'll actually do an actual afterwards. So let me just fill up here. So as just like the totally fast lane trucks or whatever, when they fill up, it clicks off, and then they actually wait 30 seconds and pull the nozzle again. I'll just do the same thing here. I don't know if you guys can actually see that. I'm not going to pull the camera off the dash or the windshield, but you'll just have to believe me. Oh, don't know if you heard that. She just clicked. So we're just going to wait for a couple seconds here. Now, to be honest, you're not supposed to fill your tank up too much because it could go back into your emission systems on your tank, but I'm just going to do this once. Just normally I don't. I'm just going to do this because they do it, so we just got to do it because they did it. Holy schnookers. 102 liters was $173. That's just rounding it off. $1.67.9 a liter. It's 102.8 liters. It's $172. Anyways, I don't normally get a receipt, but I did this time. All right, so, and then also when I'm also picking up my part, I want to go do a little bit of shopping, so I'll probably go to Walmart, and I'll probably maybe even take my laundry and do some laundry while I'm in town. All right, guys, just leaving the campground here in Logan Lake, heading over to Kelowna to pick up that part for the side-by-side. Like I said yesterday, I'm going to check the mileage. So I reset the trip, and you would have saw I filled up at Petro Canada. When I come back, I'm going to go right back to the same gas station, which is like a kilometer from here. Go to the same pump, do the same thing, and I'll get a fairly good idea of what gas mileage is. I'm going to be doing the speed limit, maybe a couple of kilometers over, but going there and back, it should equal out on the roads because there's going to be some hills and stuff like that. But all right, we need a little bit of tunage here.
Hey, Kamloops Best Rock, 98.3.
There we go, Kamloops Best Rock.
Coloring.
All right, guys, this is the part here, and I'll probably show you sometime. But that little it's just a little button here, and it broke, and it's pretty Mickey Mouse. Even when the guys were looking at it, he goes, "Boy, that's pretty flimsy." And I says, "Exactly." I said, so I'm sure like they're going to be changing this, because when I went to the forum to talk to other guys that own the Maverick, 50% of them said they all broke them. So, but it didn't cost me anything. It was all under warranty, so that's awesome. I was kind of worried about that. So the trailing arm was under warranty, and this thing was under warranty. I would imagine, I never did ask him what the price on this, but I could just imagine with this thing, it's all electronic, right? So it's your forward and reverse, and then your push buttons for your park, low, manual, because there's manual, I got the paddle switches, and then neutral, and then the override. So if you push that for so many seconds, it goes into neutral and stays, so that way you can tow it. But anyways, that's awesome. All right, I'm going to, while I'm in town here in Kelowna, I'm going to go to Walmart to pick up some things, and I'm also I'm going to pick up some oil and filter. They actually have AC Delco. Well, I shouldn't say that. In the States they did. I'm not going to say they do here. I might have to stop at the GM dealership, because I'm going to change the oil in the truck again. And oh, laundry. I brought some laundry with me, so I'm going to do that. All right, guys, on my way back to Logan Lake right now. So like I said, when I get back to Logan Lake, I'm going to fill up again at the Petro-Canada. So I did quite a bit of driving around Kelowna. I had to go get the parts for the Can-Am, which you know, plus I went to health food stores, I went to Walmart, did back and forth, so I did some in-town driving, but we'll see what the mileage is. And a couple of times I put my foot into it, which on this truck is not a good thing to do. But now that I have your attention, there's some change of plans, let's put it that way. I'm a little disappointed in the way the world's going right now, and obviously I don't have to explain to you what's going on being a Canadian. I'm very disappointed in the way things are happening. So my plans was to go up north. I was going to go to the Arctic Circle and then head over to Alaska for the summertime and then come back down. That's not happening. I'm going to go to the island, Vancouver Island, and meet up with Dan and Brenda. If you've been a long time follower, you know who those people are. But I'm going to actually, once I leave the island, I'm actually heading back towards Ontario. And for a couple of reasons. I have to go back to Ontario to renew this license plate anyways, and I wasn't quite sure how I was going to do it. I was actually thinking about just parking the rig and then jumping on a plane and flying out. But the reason why I'm going to drive out is for another reason, and you'll have to wait to find out. So, but yeah, so I'm probably going to be back in Ontario, I'm going to say maybe the middle of May, maybe a little bit earlier, but I'll definitely keep you informed. I'm going to try to do a couple little stops on the way out there. I've crossed the prairies now probably about 30 times, and honestly, there's not a whole lot to see. Now, I've never been up north on the prairies. Like, I was always wanting to go to Churchill, Manitoba. Never been, but basically you're on the Trans-Canadian Highway or some smaller roads, but you're just heading east or you're heading west. There's not a whole lot to do. But anyways, yeah, I'm a little disappointed in not being able to do the Alaskan trip, and I think a lot of fellow Canadians are also canceling their plans that they were going to take. I'm hoping things settle down, and I'm hoping things get back to normal, but I got a feeling that, honestly, I got a feeling they're only going to get worse. So I don't know what else to say about the whole situation. Obviously, you guys, everybody's, like, most of my viewers are from the United States, and so you're going to already know what I'm talking about. Disappointment is a huge thing. It's probably the best word I can give you is disappointment. But we'll just have to see what happens. So when it comes to winter time here, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what my plans are anymore, guys. Like, I mean, I usually had a plan. Like, I'm going to go down south or I'm going to go up north. On my trips, I never know what I'm going to do, right? You guys know that. I don't really plan a whole lot, but now I don't know what my plans are anymore. And there was another thing that happened. So my insurance phones me yesterday. Now, I'm from a small community, and it's a rural community, and it's like a farming community. So when I had my truck and I lived there, I was paying like $400 a year for insurance. But because of the value of my rig and me traveling through the states and through the urban areas and stuff like that, they put me in the higher tier level. So they put me under the Toronto, Mississauga, Brampton tier, which is higher, because they're basically saying, well, you're not just driving in the country anymore, you're going to be at a higher risk, let's put it that way. I've never had a claim. I don't have a speeding ticket. I don't even have a parking ticket. My insurance phones me up. My broker says that West Wawanosh is getting rid of that tier 1. which is the Toronto and all this, because they're losing money. They're insuring people, and of course, I don't want to say they're on these people are from the big cities and they're driving on the 401 and everything like that, so they're getting into accidents. They're losing money. So basically, the company I've been with for 25 years is dropping me at the end of April. Like I said, no accidents, no speeding tickets, no parking tickets, and they're just going to drop me. And I said to him, I said, well, then drop me a tier. Like, why would they just drop me a tier? Obviously, I can drive, and I've never had a claim with them. So, yeah, they're not going to make as much on the premiums from me, but I don't cost them anything. So, but no, they're just going to drop me. So I'm like, oh great. Now he's looking into another. I think it's called Impact, but I don't quote me on that. Like I said, he just. Sorry guys, I had the fan on here. He is going to let me know what he finds, but I'm thinking, what? So if he can't find insurance for me, what am I going to do? Like, the world's going crazy. You're loyal with a company for 25 years, and they just like, no, we're not making enough money, so see ya. And if this other company doesn't pick me up, what I'm going to be sitting on the side of the road because I can't get insurance? The world's going to hell in a handbasket, people. And I've said this for years. They're never going to be happy. Sorry, they're never going to be happy until you're at home, blinds drawn, and staring at a TV watching the news, being in fear. That's when they're going to be the happiest. They don't want us out here having a good time. They don't want us exploring. They don't want us to see new things and doing what we want to do. They want us to do exactly what they tell us to do. Stay at home so we know where you are. Close the blinds. We're going to feed you all this garbage off the news. Live in fear. That's where we want you. But anyways, sorry about my ranting. Two birds just flew in front of the truck, and I think I ate one of them. I didn't see any carcass going this side, but I did see one fly out, and I did not see number 2 fly out, so I'm thinking I might have a bird in my grill. I guess we'll find out when I get back. What does that look like? I don't see the rest of them. Oh, I see some feathers stuck up inside there. So there's probably a good chance he's in there somewhere. Sorry, buddy, but you should have pulled up. Pull up. I figured I hit him. All right, guys, back in Logan Lake. It's right on half a tank right now. So it was about 2 hours and 20 minutes there, 2 hours and 20 minutes back, plus driving through town, which probably did it for another hour. So yeah, and I'm gonna go back to the Petro Canada and fill up, and I'm hoping the same pump is, I mean, they should always be the same, right? But I'll try to get this exact same pump I was at before, and we'll see what the gas mileage was. Now I didn't just drive her nice and slow either. I had some fun. Not too many times I get to drive this truck with no weight on the back of it. And there's the Petro Canada. Oh, of course. The one pump that's being used is the pump I used there yesterday. Okay guys, my truck says we went exactly on the nose 420 kilometers, and the pen doesn't work. Like, why would it really? 420 kilometers, and it says averaging is 17.5 liters per 100 kilometers, which means absolutely nothing to me because I'm miles to the gallon even though I'm Canadian. All right, and the rest of the stuff is on here. Okay, we'll go in there. I got groceries to put in there, guys, and I'll finish off inside the camper. All right, guys, so the fuel mileage to go to Kelowna and back and drive around the city. So it wasn't just going there like highway. I also drove around the city, and like I said, I went to Walmart, 2 different health stores, and beer store. So so I drove around, I would say at least a solid hour in the city, and then 2.5 hours there, 2.5 hours back. Took a half a tank of fuel. So it said I went 420 kilometers, and it took 76.8 liters to fill it back up again. I guess I should change that into gallons too for my American friends. Volume, hold on here. Volume. Where's my liter? Where's my gallon? There we go. 76.8 equals 20. Actually, it's right on the nose. 20.3 gallons. So 20.3 gallons is what it took to fill back up again. And I did the same as I did last time. It wasn't the same pump because there's a guy there, but I'm not being that scientific. So once it cut itself off, I waited for about 20 seconds and then pulled the trigger again, and then when it cut off, that's where I left it. So 420 kilometers, 76.8 liters, or 20.3 gallons. The truck, you know how your truck estimates? It said I got 17.5 liters for every 100 kilometers, which works out to be 13.4 miles to the gallon. But that was wrong. The actual, and that's by this thing, it obviously, you know, it took 76 liters at 420 kilometers is 18.3 liters instead of 17.5. So not quite a liter different per 100 kilometers, but I mean, that's just doing an estimate. I'm actually surprised how fairly accurate it is when the truck does it itself. And that came out to 12.9 miles to the gallon. So 13.4 miles to the gallon is what the truck said I got, and 12.9 miles to the gallon. So 12.9, 13 miles to the gallon. That's, you know what, for a 1-ton dually, I don't think that's unreasonable. So I thought since the trailer was going, the camper and the trailer was off the truck, I just see what the truck got for miles a gallon. And don't forget though, I'm in BC here. And when I post this, you'll see the hills and stuff. I'm climbing, like, I'm in the mountains. This is not in the prairies. So I was climbing some pretty big hills. So I'm not disappointed with the outcome of that. So 13 miles to the gallon going in through the mountains here in BC. I'm okay with that. Very much okay with that. Not okay with the price of fuel. That I'm not okay with. What did it cost here to... So for 20 gallons of fuel, because it's 76 liters, cost $129. Yeah, that is freaking cuckoo. $1.70 a liter. $6.4 a gallon. Ew. Yeah. You don't think us Canadians are getting screwed? Anyways, back to the original story. Yeah, if I'm getting 13 miles to the gallon, I'm happy with that. Like I said, I wasn't even, this is not prairie, and I didn't lock it in and just kept it there for 420 kilometers. I was going up and down hills, passing tractor trailers and in town and stop and go. So, yep, that's what you got. Now I got to put all my groceries away and put my laundry away. Some of my visitors. Aren't they cute? Oh, there's another one. They're popping up. All right, guys, I just got notified that my parcel's in. So I'm going to be hooking everything back up, and I'll set you on the table here as I hook up the truck and put the hitch back on and everything like that. It's been non-stop raining here for the last 3 days, and it comes and goes. Like, it was pouring about 15 minutes ago, and now it's stopped. They're actually calling for rain again tonight, so we'll just have to see how that goes. Or, sorry, they're calling for snow tonight. I was hoping to take that walk like I did last video up to that falls, but I mean, the trail is got grass this tall and there's mud, and I just don't feel like trying to slip and slide through there. So I guess that's not going to work out, but we'll load everything back up and get everything hooked on, and then I'll just go into town tomorrow, probably go to the rec center, and then use their shower again, and then go grab the parcel, and then start heading out west, and hopefully everything goes according to plan. And I got to remember to take off my license plate, because I forget it every now and then to take off the plate, because it's got to go on the back of the camper here, and sometimes I have to crawl underneath. But anyways, we'll get her done. So I had a comment about the weight of this hitch, and I said it's about 120 pounds, but just the weight distribution hitch, this piece here and the pieces that are on the trailer, they say is 62 pounds. So it's actually probably a little bit heavier than that. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing here. Now I'm sure I'm going to get a little bit on the dirty side here, because I kind of, yeah, it's nice and clean. I like that. That plug's nice and clean. I have to kind of crawl underneath to put these side chains on here, the wings. Yeah, so I'm assuming this whole system here has got to be, I said 120 pounds, but like I said, just this thing's extremely heavy, just this one piece here. And then the pipe, and then all the chains and everything. It's pretty heavy. I'm gonna get my mat so when I'm laying down, I don't get too wet. So I think right now it's like maybe 4 degrees here Celsius. Now these things don't have to be like torque, but just basically hand tight. Like that. Loosen up that nut. That'll do. So I'm just using the wrench to tighten up the locking nut, not to actually turn the turnbuckle. Okay. You and you and ooh, okay, that's a little bit cool on the fingies. Was it a little too quick putting those on? I gotta tighten up the anti-rattling plate. That really helps with the vibration too. Here we go for that. Okay, now put these keys back in the truck. Ooh. Alrighty, I just need to go get the get my screwdriver, then go get the umbilical cord. I call this the umbilical cord. This is basically the cord that goes between the camper and my truck. And which one do I like to put which way? Okay, this one's in the back here. There we go. And this goes up like this. Goes behind that bungee cord like that. That holds that up there like this. That's done. That goes onto the trailer. This guy comes up. I had some comments, guys, on the support I have for the camper here. So this is basically what I have here. I just have a 2-inch piece of rigid foam here. And then this is 5/8 plywood. Just because they say you shouldn't put the camper directly on the foam. So I just put 3/8. The reason why I went 3/8 is I don't need any more clearance. I don't have to go to 1/2 inch. And because of the rigid foam underneath, there's lots of support there. And these are just 1x6 fence boards that I wrapped with carpet. And they just sit on top of this mat here, and the camper sits between it. And that's it. And I've been running this way for 4 years. Well, is it 4 years yet? It's getting close to 4 years. That's 3.5, I believe. And that's it. So anybody who's been watching the videos, that cable that comes out of the side of the truck there, that's my DC to DC charger. So this is a 70 amp trolling motor like you'd use on a boat, plug, and this is the 7-pin going into the camper, and that's where they get plugged into right there. The 7-pin goes there, and that's the trolling motor. So I installed this one. Man, you get dirty putting this thing up. I installed this one myself. But yeah, so the truck, oh, license plate. Don't forget to take the license plate off, Jage. Like I said before, I don't know how many times I forgot it and then I have to crawl underneath. It's not a big deal, but it's a lot easier doing it now. Well, I hope everybody's been doing well. I've been not doing a whole lot, I'll be quite honest. It's been, the weather hasn't been all that great. And, you know, 1 minute it's snow. Like we had I don't know if I took a picture of it, but we had about 3 inches of snow the other day. And it's usually gone by noon and then it starts raining. And kind of like today, it's one of those days where it rains and then stops and then pours and then stops. So, but anyways. All right, guys, let's get this thing up in the air. I think I've told you guys this before. This thing will automatically time out. I think it just does that to give the motors a rest. So I'll just keep going until it times out, and then I'll start the truck and back it up and just basically get it ready to hook on. It's always a scary sight or a scary thought to see this thing way up on her legs. But I've done it so many times there. I got to know her. The first time I did it, I was like, oh my God. But there, so you just stop by yourself. So I'm just going to back her up and then we'll start racing her again. So you can just tell because of the back end of the truck, the front can clear, but I got to really make sure that the back end is up quite high, because the truck will obviously lower. Okay. That's always a scary, it's a scary thought when she's this high off the ground. Okay, I can tell that the passenger side's got to go up like that, and just the back's got to go up. Okay, that'll get us definitely a good start, guys. Hopefully if I set you back here, hopefully you guys got a bit of a view back here. I'm kind of lucky in the way that the dually brackets work, that I just have to look at my fender, and as long as I keep my driver's fender about a good 3/4 of an inch away from the front leg, then I know it's even across. So that's how I do it. But I will get in and out of the truck about 4 times, 5 times to make sure I'm going in straight, okay? So, but anyways, yeah, geez, look at me, she's pretty high off the ground here. It's the nice thing about it right now, there's zero wind. It got windy earlier, so I'm not too worried about it. If it was breezy out here right now, I'd be in a bit of a panic. All right, guys, that's about it. That's how easy it is. So I just plug these guys in now, because it's a lot easier when she's this high up. Sorry, I'm just kind of holding you with my armpit. Like I told you before, I have no idea how this cap broke on me. Okay, we're good to put her down. So just the way she's sitting right now, I'm actually going to put the front down a little bit first before I actually go all the way, because the front's quite a bit higher. Okay, I think we're looking good there, guys. So we're all the way down. And the truck's taking the weight. And the truck has her all. Okay, there we go. There's rain, rain, go away. Come back some other day. Well, guys, I am sure glad I put the truck on the camper on the truck last night and hooked up everything. I got everything hooked up, but yeah, looks like we got a solid maybe 3 inches of snow. You can see the tables out there. Okay, guys, last time using the shower here in Logan Lake at the rec center. Again, thank you very much, Logan Lake, for providing a service like this. That's pretty cool to be able to come here and take a shower, and they don't even charge you. So that's awesome. But yeah, we're packing up right now. I just got to go over to the post office and pick up a couple parcels, and then we're heading towards Hope, BC. Well, guys, I'm in Hope, BC, and anybody knows anything about Hope, BC, this is where here and in Portland is where Rambo First Blood was actually filmed. I don't know the exact locations here in this town, and I'll guarantee you nothing looks the same. Oh gosh, I should have went out there an hour ago. There's a building beside me here, and I see an outside tap. But now all of a sudden I see cars pulling up, and I don't know how comfortable I feel about just going up to a building and putting a hose on it. But I don't know if you can see it, but right about in there somewhere, you can just see near the bottom of the building, I can see an outside tap. It was pouring rain about maybe 15 minutes ago, and I didn't go out. But then, yeah, see here, now everybody's pulling up, and now there's going to be a guy parking right in front where the tap is. So I guess that's out of the question now. If I would have went out there about half hour ago, there was nobody there. But see, that's what happens when you snooze, people. So my plan today, guys, is heading towards Abbotsford. My stepson, Philip, and his family, they live there. So we're going to meet at a restaurant. The rig's just too big. I was out there when I was out there last time to see him, which was probably almost 2 years ago now, I was able to park the truck in front of his house, but I mean, now with the rig this size, it's just too big for his street. So I think we're going to meet at a White Spot. I've never eaten at White Spot before, but he suggested we go there. So that's where this afternoon. That's where I'm going to meet him. And then from there we'll head towards the island, I guess. I don't know if I need to book a ferry across, or can I just pull up? I'll just probably pull up, because that's normally what I usually do. But anyways, let's just get packed up here and get moving. The reason why I was thinking about the water is I still haven't filled up. And you can see right there, which is my fresh water, is that one right there. It's in the red. So I don't have any fresh water, or very little anyways. Yep. Okay, never mind. This business or whatever this is opening up now. So yeah, so there we go. If I would have, Jage, if you would have been a little quicker, buddy. Oh well. Oh, I'm sure I'll be able to find another tap somewhere. Maybe a lot of times the visitor centers will have a tap on the outside. A fire hall sometimes has a tap on the outside, and that you can use. But I'm not too desperate about it right now. I just had a shower yesterday before I left Logan Lake, so you would have saw. So she's not bad yet. There won't be a panic yet. Well, guys, today's April the 2nd, so we'll see what goes on with these tariffs. I've seen the gas prices drop here just because the Liberals, are trying to make themselves look good to get re-elected. They weren't going to get rid of no carbon tax. If anything, they wanted to up the carbon tax, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh, look at us, look at us. So it's all bullshit. Just like every election does, that they promise you the world and then they take everything from you. Anyways, sorry again. Like I said, it's April the 2nd. Heading towards Abbotsford, and she's wet again. Gee, surprise, BC. I don't know what the temperature is right now. It feels pretty damn cool, mainly because it's raining and it's going to be damp to begin with. It's saying it's 8 degrees. That's Celsius, of course, but so what's 8 degrees? 47? I'm just guessing, guys. I'm usually fairly good at it, but sometimes I'm off a little bit. So 8 degrees, 47. But yeah, so we're going to hopefully see some sunshine here soon. Haven't seen it for a while now. But not complaining. Could always be worse. Could always be worse, right? Sorry guys, it's 8:30 my time here. Just got done leaving Abbotsford, heading towards Vancouver to get on the ferry tomorrow morning. It doesn't leave till 11 o'clock. I tried to get on an earlier one, but they didn't. So, but I had a really nice meal with my stepson Philip and his wife Rachel, and their two kids, Kira and Isabel. So, had a good time. Nice seeing you guys again. But like I said, I'm going to head up to get ready to go on the ferry tomorrow, and then going to be getting on the ferry at 11 o'clock. There's a rec center very close to the ferry, so I'm going to be staying there overnight because yeah, if you take the first ferry, I could have got there tonight and then stayed in the ferry terminal, but I'm not going to be there so until 11 o'clock in the morning. But anyways, guys, you know what? I'm going to call her quits for this video. I think this is a good spot to shut her down, and we'll catch you on the next one. So, hopefully you guys can still see me. But as always, be good, be kind, be careful. We're going to see you down the road. Bye-bye.
I think it's time for me to go.